Good afternoon, my lovely 12th standard warriors. Welcome to the next session of Ray and Wave Optics. This is a JEE Advanced session for all of you so that you guys are able to crack the upcoming JEE examination with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu. Hello, Monica. Hello, Sanmuzi. Hello, Ankit. Zayed. Welcome, Jitesh. Welcome aboard. This is Shreyas here, your physics master teacher, and I'm going live from Bangalore. Oh my God, Ankit, why are you demotivated? Because there is so much of school pressure. Looks like you guys need a motivation session, especially the 2022 students. Ankit, don't worry. I'll make a session how to handle the school pressure. Very important, topic for all the students. So I'll definitely take this into account. Hi, Vinu. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. So those of you who do not know me or who are seeing me for the first time, well, I have been teaching physics for a very long time. I used to work in a corporate company long time back. I left the job and started teaching, and when my students started getting amazing ranks, that's when I started teaching full time. And I have taught in many big names that you can think of in the offline industry, and right now I am leading the physics department, the JEE division for Vedantu. So if you want to know more about me, you can definitely check out my Instagram handle, and a lot of lectures are being conducted right now for JEE Advanced 2021. This is open to all the students. Even a 11th or a 12th student can attend it, provided he has cleared his basics. But if you are a 2021 student, you should attend these sessions because there are really good topics, concepts that I am touching upon, amazing tricks, amazing new methods that you will learn for solving different variety of questions. So today's topic is ray optics, and also let me tell you guys, if you are a dropper student, or if you want to take a drop, or if you are a 12th standard student, there are lots of batches which are starting this Monday, including my batch which is starting this Monday on the pro subscription, open for 12th and the dropper students. All my courses are going to be available, and if you are in the pro subscription, it's available for free. So you can see all these amazing ranks being produced from Vedantu, right in ICSE, in CBSE, JEE Mains. And this time, 4th attempt, the top rank which Vedantu has produced as of now is All India rank 35. If some other updates comes, I'll definitely keep you guys informed. And I was just checking the list of the students, and it's incredible, guys. So many students are within 500 All India rank from Vedantu. That's a huge achievement by your seniors. And next year, you guys are going to make us proud. I mean, this year, there were around 3,000 students roughly till the third attempt, till the about 90 percentile. Now in the 4th attempt, this is going to go even higher, and next year you guys have to make us a promise that you're going to do even better. You are going to make us proud. You have to maintain that standard and reputation which your seniors have set. You have to even cross those benchmarks from what your seniors have set. So guys, are you ready? Let me know in the chat box. Hello Rohit, hello Mahesh, hello Vinu, hello Akshara, hello everyone, welcome. So Jitesh was already excited about this session, and let's get going and start. Yes, the first question. Hello. Yep. So Madhuri, welcome aboard. Well, Zayed, he joined Vedantu. Yeah, the Eklavya batch, that's how it is. Okay. All right, chalo, everybody's excited. Here is the first question coming up on your screen now. A point object O is placed at the center of curvature of a concave mirror. Okay, it's placed at center of curvature. The mirror is rotated by theta about the pole. Find the approximate distance between the object and the image. So when you rotate the mirror, the old mirror and the new mirror both are shown. How will the things change? The image will be formed somewhere else. What's the distance between the image and the object? Okay, one thing you should know, guys, that for a concave mirror, all right, so for a concave mirror, if you have an object at the center of curvature, where is the image formed? Quickly let me know in the chat box. Hi Crack with Gokulan, nice to see you. Very young students also joining in. Hi Lone Wolf, welcome aboard. So Venkat, if your percentile is above 89 roughly, you are qualified for, in general category, you are likely to be qualified for JEE Advanced. Okay, now the cutoff has been declared, you can check it out. Now when the object is at center of curvature, the image is also formed at the center of curvature. Everybody knows this. Very good. Now here is what I'm going to do. See, this was the old mirror. So let me just mark it over here. This thing over here. Okay, this is that old position. Now in the new position, okay, so this is the new position of the mirror. There will be a new principal axis. Remember that angle is very, very small. Okay, nevertheless, I'll show it little bit exaggerated so that I have enough space to mark any points or any objects that come in the way. Okay, so this is the new principal axis. Okay, remember this was the old principal axis because I have rotated the mirror by theta. Now, if I tell you guys that this is where the object is, okay, look at it from the new principal axis. Look at it from the new one. If you just drop a perpendicular, I can rather think of this like an object, okay, for this principal axis. Remember, whenever you have a principal axis and there is an object over here, you can always drop a perpendicular and think of this like an extended object and find where is the image by considering it an extended object, and that's where the image of the point is going to be located. So that's how you find the images of point objects in front of a curved mirror. Treat it like extended object, find the image, and then look where the arrowhead is. That's it. So if this is the object, we all know that the image will be formed, because this is the center of curvature, the image will be formed at center of curvature only. In fact, it is inverted. The image is at C and inverted. We all know this. It is inverted. So this is where the image is going to be formed. Everybody clear? Excellent. No, it's not 37 degrees. It is theta degrees. Theta is a small angle. That's it. Okay, theta is a small angle. Okay, Jitesh? Now the next thing is that, you know, look at this to this point as almost like an arc of a circle. Okay, almost like an arc of a circle with the center over here. Okay, and this being the radius. So if this is the radius, this is like the arc. So that arc is almost like a line because this is theta. And if this is theta, obviously by symmetry, this and this are same. So this is also theta. So can I say the arc length IO is roughly similar to the distance between image and object. The distance between image and object, the straight line, is roughly the arc length. And what is the length of an arc? The length of an arc is the radius into the angle. Everybody knows this. It's nothing but the radius multiplied by that angle which is subtended. Now what is the radius? The radius will be 2f, or r, which is nothing but 2f. Everybody knows this. And what is the angle? The angle is nothing but 2 theta. So hence it will be 4f theta, and that's the final answer. Excellent. That's the answer, guys. That's it. So what a brainy question, what a tricky question this is. I mean, first thing you need to realize that, you know, you have to tilt the mirror and consider this as a new principal axis. Treat this like an extended object at center of curvature. Image is also formed at the center of curvature, which is inverted and of the same size. Okay, so if this makes an angle theta, even this will make an angle theta, and the distance between them, the straight line distance between them, is like an arc. So arc length is radius into theta. That's it. And all of this is possible because the angle was very small. So that's what it is. Very nice question. Yep, Shruti, it is. Beautiful question. Okay, so that's the answer. Next question is a match the following type of question, and here it comes. Let's see how many of you are able to do this. Now there are 4 combinations of thin lenses given, and the radius of curvature for all the surfaces is r, and what else is given? Match the lens combinations with their focal length in the given list too. Okay, so let's do this. First, I will do one small thing and keep it because I will need it again and again. Here every time I can see that there is a convex lens or a concave lens. So what is the focal length of the convex lens? Okay, what is the focal length of the convex lens? It will be mu is 1.5, 1.5 minus 1 into 1 by r minus 1 by minus r. So if I solve this, 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. Minus minus will become plus, so into 2 by r. So 0.5 into 2 is 1. So this is 1 by that f of that convex lens. So f of that convex lens will be nothing but just r itself. So this is something which I'll keep in mind. Similarly, I will also need, the focal length of concave lens. So 1 upon f of concave lens will be again 1.5 minus 1, but this time it will be 1 by minus r minus 1 by plus r. So it will be negative, guys, for a concave lens. And if you do the same thing, you are going to get the focal length of the concave lens is going to be minus r. See if you guys understand it. This is only for one concave lens or convex lens. Everybody fine till here? Okay. Now, it doesn't matter, Anirudh, these are all important questions which you should understand. Whether it is a PYQ, whether it is Tattva question, whether it is my own question, doesn't matter. Okay, let's see whether you can solve it. Okay, now, what you need to do is try to figure out in this condition, when both the lenses are there together, what do you think will happen? When both the convex lenses are there together, their inverse of the focal length will get added to give the inverse of the effective focal length. Everybody remembers this? So the total focal length 1 by f will be equal to 1 by f1. 1 by f1 is nothing but 1 by r plus 1 by r. So which is nothing but 2 by r. Therefore, the effective focal length, think about it, will be nothing but r by 2. Because this is 1 by f effective. So when you take the reciprocal, it will become r by 2. Everybody understanding this? Hello Harsh, welcome aboard. Everybody clear till this point? Let me know. Yep, cool. Now what do we do next? Think. Harsh, if you are regular, probably yes, I will remember you. Now the next thing, try to do this part. These two half convex lenses is actually nothing but one single convex lens, just that you have divided this and you have switched their places. So this is same as this plus this, which is same as just this one, or just normal convex lens. And we know what is the formula for focal length for just a normal convex lens. It just came out to be r. So Q will have a focal length of r. See, think about it. Now do the remaining parts. Similarly, this one over here, two half concave lenses, is same as the concave lenses being placed like this. There is no difference in that. The order does not matter. Even if I flip their order, it does not matter. The focal length remains the same, which is the same as just a normal concave lens. And for a normal concave lens, we just figured out the focal length is minus r. That's it. So we got the third option also. For the last one, you need to be a little bit careful. For the last one. Yep. So what do you need to do? So Nitish Kumar, how about filling the form which we just shared, bacha? Okay, just fill up that form on the Telegram channel as well as the community which we have shared. So for the counseling, wait for the 6:30 p.m. session, 7:30 p.m. session today evening. Okay. Now this is convex plus concave. So 1 by focal length of the convex. What is the focal length of the convex? It is nothing but r plus 1 by focal length of half the concave. Half the concave. What will be the focal length of just half the concave lens? Lot of people think it is r by 2. Wrong. It is actually the focal length of this is nothing but minus 2r. Be careful, guys. It is minus 2r. Why is it minus 2r? Remember, when you take a concave lens, okay, like this, and divide it into 2, the power gets divided. So take a concave lens and divide it into 2, the power becomes half. And power is inversely proportional to focal length. So if power becomes half, focal length will become twice. It will become less powerful. Focal length will increase. That's the catch. So hence, for half of it, it is minus 2r. So I'll put minus 2r over here. So this will become nothing but minus 1 by 2r. This is nothing but 1 by f effective. So therefore, the effective focal length will be how much? It will be minus 2r. That's the answer. That's how you do it. Yep. All right. So Nitish, how about this? Ping me on Instagram, or just do one thing, just leave a comment after the video ends, bacha. For sure, I will reply to all the comments. You would have seen that in the previous videos as well. I reply to all the comments, bacha. Okay. So you can just leave a message. Probably then I will not have to break my flow. Okay. So that's the answer, guys. So P is with 2, Q is with 4, R is with 3, S is with 1. That's what we just got. Interesting, right? So this question will fetch you, this question will fetch you how many marks? This will fetch you 8 marks. 2 marks for each option. Isn't it interesting, guys? And you should definitely do these kind of questions, because once you find few things, you know that the procedure is almost similar for the rest of the things, because the concept is very similar for all the 4, geometries out here. So you should definitely solve this question and get those 8 marks in your pocket. All right. Okay. Chalo. Let's get moving to the next one. Soumya, leave a comment, bacha. Later on, I will definitely have a look at it. Science Priya, join in. You have missed 2 questions. Okay. So Dimple, can you just replay the part whichever you missed? Okay. Just the part 1 which you missed. Please replay that session or that part. I'm pretty sure you will get it. I have explained it in detail. Concentrate right now on this question. I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss this question. Okay. Let's do this. Now, but anyways, the part 1 was just the lens maker formula. You would have studied that. Lens maker formula. 1 by f is mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So just put r1 and r2 with the proper sign convention, and that's it. You will get it. Okay, Dimple? Chalo. Let's get going with the next question, guys. So look at this. What is there? There are 2 tubes or rods. Okay, S1 and S2. Refractive index is given. The radius of curvature is also given to be 10 centimeters. They are placed with a curved surface with distance d apart. Okay, and as shown, when a light source P is inside of rod S1, okay, so it refracts, and eventually the light rays come out parallel in this rod number 2. Inside this rod 2, it comes out to be parallel. So what should be this distance so that the rays are parallel? That's the question. Okay. Now, here is the thing that you need to do. Concentrate all your focus on my explanation. Okay, concentrate on this. So let me just get rid of these options. I don't need this anymore. All right, so let's do this. First of all, this is a curved surface. So at a curved surface, this light will refract. It might form some image somewhere. I don't know where it's going to form. Let's just assume that the rays which refract over here, they form an image, let's say over here. This is image 1. This is object 1. This image will be the object for this curved surface. Think about it. This image will now be the object for this curved surface. So this I1 will become object for the next surface. The rays will continue. It will refract, and then it will become parallel. So basically, where is the final image formed? Quickly let me know in the chat box. Let's see how many of you are able to get this really quick. Where do you think the final image is formed? What should I consider the final image distance as? Quickly use your brains and think, where is the final image going to be formed? What should the distance be put up as? Come on, my warriors, think about it. It's not that difficult. Where do you think you're going to put the final image distance as? Infinity, Akshat. Very good. Perfecto. You're going to put the final image is going to be at infinity, because the rays are parallel, they never meet. If they meet, image is formed. Even if they diverge, the image is formed behind. But if they don't meet, no image is formed. That's the meaning of that. Okay, so let's start with curved surface refraction formula. In case you have forgotten that, let me just put it for you guys over here. Mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by R. So that's the formula which I'm going to use. So let's start over here. What is mu2? Mu2 is the refractive index of the medium where the refracted rays. For the first refraction, this is incident, this is refracted. Refracted ray is present in air. It's present in air. So mu2 is 1. Okay. And mu1 is the refractive index where the incident rays inside this tube with refractive index of 1.5. So 1.5 over here. So therefore over here also I'll put 1 minus 1.5. So that takes care of all the numerators in that equation. Next up, V. What is V? I don't know in fact. Okay, so V. And what is U? U is 50 but with a negative sign because you're on the negative side. Use your Cartesian coordinates. So it will be minus 50. Radius of curvature. Acha, is it given? I think radius of curvature is 10 centimeters. And notice one thing, the center of curvature C1 will be over here. This is the radius, C1 is here. It's on the negative side. So obviously you need to put it as minus 10. Everybody clear? Very good. So many of you answered this as infinity. Very good. Excellent, guys. Now let's solve this equation. It's not that difficult. So 1 by V will be equal to, so I'm going to shift this guy over there. Okay. So 1 minus 1.5, 0.5. But with a negative sign. Minus minus cancels. So minus 0.5 divided by minus 10. This minus minus will anyways cancel. And minus minus is plus. But when it goes on the other side, it will become minus. So 1.5. Okay. Divided by 50. Alright. So what can we do this as? This is nothing but 0.5. So 1 by 2. This is 1 by 20. Minus. This is nothing but 3 by 2. So this is 3 by 100. Alright. Okay, check this out because this is 3 by 2. So 2 into 50 is 100. So multiply this 5 times. So you will get this as 5 minus 3 divided by 100. 5 minus 3 is 2. So this is 2 by 100, which is nothing but 1 by 50. Therefore, this image distance will be just 50 centimeters. Just check this out. Everybody getting this? Check this out, guys. Everybody clear? All my warriors figuring those, are you able to figure out all these steps? Okay, I've just used single curved surface refraction formula, just substituted the values and just solved it, nothing else. Okay, now what do we do next? Okay, think about it. What is the next step that should be done? I just figured out this distance, okay, this distance is 50 centimeters as well. Okay, so think this way. How much will this distance be? This distance will be this minus this, which is d minus 50 centimeters. So for the next step, the next refraction, the object distance will be this much, but with a negative sign. This is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray. So let's apply all of this again. I'm just erasing this because I don't need this anymore. So again, starting with the same equation, mu2 is refractive index of that medium where the refracted ray is in this medium. That medium is having refractive index of 1.5. So minus refractive index of that medium where the incident rays in air. So it is 1. So it will be 1.5 minus 1. And here you have image distance. Remember, the image is formed at infinity, so do not forget to put infinity over here. Next step, object distance is d minus 50 but with a negative sign because this is the pole. Remember, the object is on the left side, so Cartesian coordinates if you use, so it will be minus d minus 50. Last step, radius of curvature. Remember, for this curved surface, the center of curvature is somewhere here. So this is the center of curvature. So it should be positive because it is on the right side of the pole. So hence plus how much? 10 centimeters. Okay. Anything by infinity is 0. Minus minus is plus. So this will be 1 by d minus 50 is equal to 1.5 minus 1, 0.5. 0.5 is nothing but half. Half and this 10, this will become 1 by 20. I hope this makes sense. Now just flip it, so you will get d minus 50 is equal to 20. So therefore d is equal to 70 centimeters. I have found the answer. That's it. That's the final answer, guys. Okay, I hope this is clear. I will just probably change the brightness. Yep, maybe this will help. Okay, maybe next time I'll, yeah. Oh, I think that thing just went off. All right, Tanveer. Just probably reduce the screen brightness, probably that will help. Okay, so that's it. You'll get the answer as 70 centimeters. Somebody already said it. Who was that? Shruti. Very good, Shruti, +4. Excellent. Chalo, bahut hi badhiya. Let's get moving to the next question. Okay, just let me know, guys, is this color better this way? On low brightness, is it better this way? Or is it better on higher brightness? I don't know. How does it look for you guys? Do let me know in the chat box, guys. Is it better on this higher brightness or lower brightness? Do let me know. Vijay Kumar, I'm very good. I'm excellent. Okay, badhiya ho, ek number. Okay, just check this out. If this is okay, or should I make the brightness less? Yep, higher is better or lower is better? Higher brightness, okay. ठीक है, चलो, कोई बात नहीं. So we'll keep it almost this much. I think this should be fine. Okay, let's go on to the next question coming up on your screen. Okay, come on. Let's get going. Here is the next question, guys, up on your screen. And the question says that there is a isosceles prism of certain angle refractive index, and it is found that the angle of minimum deviation is this much. Which of the following options are correct? And this is multiple correct, so you need to be very, very careful over here because more than one options may be correct. Okay, let's do this. For the angle of incidence I1 is equal to A, the ray inside the prism is parallel to the base of the prism. Okay, now if you remember correctly, okay, we have seen this, that, all right, let's do this. Let's say this is the incident ray, this is the internally refracted ray, and this is the final emergent ray. This is that angle of prism is A, okay. The angle of minimum deviation is A, okay. So remember, in general, we know this, the delta is I1 plus I2 minus A. I hope you remember what those I1, I2, etc. were. This was nothing but I1. This was nothing but I2. So if delta is given to be A, and that is delta minimum in fact, so then this will be equal to, remember, I1 plus I2 minus A, but these two will also be equal at minimum deviation, minimum delta. Remember, when minimum deviation happens, both the incident and the emergent ray both are equal. So take that A on this side, so you'll get 2A is equal to 2I1, I1 is equal to A. And when I1 is equal to A, delta is minimum, deviation happens to be A, obviously this ray has to be parallel to the base. This ray has to be parallel to the base. So hence this option is correct. Definitely it is correct. If I1 is equal to A, then you can see that over here that minimum deviation occurs, and yes, option 1 is correct. Alright, a lot of you are saying actually low brightness is better. Okay, so fine guys, I'll just keep it over here. Now option 1 is done. Okay, I'll just mark it over here. Option 1 is correct. For this prism, the refractive index and the angle of prism are related by this equation. The moment you see this, it should click that, you know, we had one equation which said mu is sine of A plus delta minimum by 2 upon sine of A by 2. So use this equation, probably I might get this. Let's see. So delta minimum is A. So therefore this will be sine of A plus A divided by 2 divided by sine of A by 2. Therefore mu is equal to nothing but A plus A, 2A, 2A by 2A. So it will be nothing but sine of A divided by sine of A by 2. Can I do something with this? Yes. Sine A can be written down as, use double angle formula for sine theta. So therefore you can just write it as 2 times sine of A by 2 into cos of A by 2. Just check this out guys. Isn't it interesting? You can just split it up like this, because I know the denominator has sine of A by 2 and this will get cancelled. That's the best part. That's the best part. Yes, sine of A by 2 and sine of A by 2 will get cancelled. Okay, so I will get mu and probably I want mu by 2, so bring that 2 also below, is equal to cos of A by 2. Acha, now this is a problem. I don't think it will match, but anyways, so this will become cos inverse mu by 2 is equal to A by 2. Therefore, look at this. What will A be equal to? A will be equal to 2 times cos inverse of mu by 2. Now if you check it out over here, there is half, it's not 2, so this is not correct. So option B is wrong. The correct, this was wrong. So the actual statement should have been A is equal to 2 times cos inverse of mu by 2. This was the correct expression. This has come from this expression. All right, it has come from this expression which we just got, which was mu by 2 was cos A by 2. Okay, so this was the correct one. So this is wrong. So I'm just going to erase this because I'm going to need this space. All right. Now the next point. At minimum deviation, the incident angle I1 and the refracting angle R1 are related by this. Okay, let's figure this out. Remember, in that prism which you have, okay, the ray goes like this, for example. Okay, the ray goes like this. If I remember correctly, if I draw perpendiculars, okay, this was I1, this was R1, this was R2, and this was I2, and this was A. You should remember the formula, so only then you can solve this question. At minimum deviation, so at minimum delta, which is given over here, let's think about it. I1 is equal to I2. I1 is equal to I2, and we already figured out what was I1. It was given. For that incident angle I1, the rays are parallel to the base of the prism. This was all for minimum deviation. In fact, we just got it from the first option that this was equal to A. Also remember that angle is R1 plus R2. That's also a standard formula which you should know for prisms. Hence, I will say, because A is equal to I1, so I'll just put, instead of A, I'll put I1, and R1 and R2, they both will be equal. Why? They are equal because minimum deviation. So when minimum deviation happens, the internal ray is parallel to the base. Both these angles are congruent to each other. Do not forget that. So this will be 2 times of R1. So therefore R1 will be equal to I1 divided by 2, which is correct. Hence this is also the correct answer. Are you guys getting it? What an interesting question. Now the last part. For this prism, if mu is 2, the emergent ray at the second surface will be tangential to the surface when the angle of incidence at the first surface is this value. Don't get scared by this value. Okay, I'll tell you what. This is the fourth option, is not on minimum deviation. It's not on minimum deviation, it's something else. Let's try to figure this out. First of all, let me draw that prism. Okay, this is our prism, and it is clearly mentioned that the emergent ray at the second surface is tangential to the surface. Interesting. So if it is tangential to the surface, that means it is coming like this, guys. It is coming out like this. That means, think about it, over here, that angle should be the critical angle. This angle should be the critical angle. Let me draw a bigger diagram probably, that will help. Okay, so these are the two surfaces, and what I have is probably, the ray coming like this. This is the final emergent ray. This is almost like 90 degrees. This angle should be the critical angle, only then it will almost come close to 90 degrees. Acha. And last thing over here, probably, this is some R1, and this is I1, and this is R2, and I2 will be 90 degrees, and R2 will be the critical angle. That's what this is all about. I hope this diagram is clear. Did you guys get that diagram? Why R2 is critical angle, I2 is 90 degrees, this is R1 and this is I1, standard notations. Now, in order to get this, what do we do? Okay, so first of all, what is the formula for critical angle? The formula for critical angle, recollect, sine of critical angle is 1 by refractive index. So here the critical angle is R2. So sine R2 is 1 by mu. Alright, fine. Now from this I will get R2 is equal to sine inverse of mu. Mu is given to be 2. Look at this, mu is given to be 2. So if mu is 2, sine inverse of half. What is sine inverse of half, guys? Sine inverse of half? Yes, it is pi by 6, correct? So it is nothing but pi by 6. So R2 is pi by 6. Okay, I can see something like pi by 6 over here. Very good. Now we all know that A is R1 plus R2. A is R1 plus R2. If I put R2 over here, I think I can get R1. So R1 will be A minus R2. R2 is pi by 6. Interesting. Why did I find R1? Because I can find I1. Because that's the final question. What is I1? How do I find I1? Well, use Snell's law. So by Snell's law, sine of I1 by sine of R1 will be refractive index mu. That's it. So guys, what you need to do is sine of I1 is mu. Mu is given to be 2. So just put 2 over here into sine of R1. What is sine of R1? R1 is A minus pi by 6. If sine I1 is 2, sine A minus pi by 6. So I1 will be sine inverse of that. Hence, this option is also correct. Yep. A, C, D. Those are the correct answers. What a brilliant question this is. Loved it. Munishwaran loved it. Okay, very good. Very good, guys. Such a brilliant question. Come on, guys. Keep up that energy. And let's get moving to the next question, which is going to come up on your screen. Okay, so yes, the correct answers were A, C, and D. Moving on. Next question, brilliant question. What to do when you're feeling sleepy while studying? Only while studying. Venkat, that means you are not studying it the right way. You are thinking of it like studies. It's just like, you know, when you are watching some nice movie, or, you know, that time you don't sleep, or when you are playing, or when you are with your cousins or friends, that time you don't sleep. That means you are not finding it interesting. So try to make it interesting by relating it to live examples, relating it to things around you. Try to do a little bit of research. Don't read it. Whenever you read something, you will sleep. Okay, it's not a storybook. You have to do research. You have to do your background homework, and you have to keep scribbling. Acha, what if this happens? What if that happens? Acha, what will happen if you know, in this situation? What if can I use this formula over here? So when you start thinking, that's when you will not feel sleepy, bacha. So make sure you have a pen and paper besides you, so that you are continuously scribbling something, and you are making your own charts, mind maps, writing down the formula, solving questions. That's when probably you will not feel sleepy. Okay, so let's see how many of you have already started solving the question and probably even figured out the answer by now. I don't know. So this ray of light incident in this direction and reflected in this direction, what is the angle of incidence? I'll tell you what you should do. The ray will come like this. This is the incident. Okay, and it will get reflected like this. This is how it will get reflected. The mirror is going to be here. Okay, now let's just find the angle between these two rays. Why? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of people think the angle between these two rays is this. Now, whenever you have two rays, the angle is when their tails are together. This is the angle between two rays. But if one ray is like this, one ray is like that, then you slide it. You slide it till both their tails are together, then that's what will give you the angle. Remember, this is not the angle between two rays. Their tails or their heads should coincide together. Only then that included angle becomes the angle between the two rays. Okay, people are already confused between B and C. Hold on. So this is the angle between the two rays. Let's say I just call it as theta. How can I find out that theta? Use this formula. Cos theta is A dot B divided by AB. Let me tell you one thing. This half has no significance. Okay, so if you multiply both sides by 2, doesn't make a difference because the direction is all that matters. So don't worry about this half. It has got no significance. Just take it outside your head. So what is A dot B? A dot B is nothing but I hat plus root 3 j hat dot I hat minus root 3 j hat divided by AB. Magnitude of this will be root of 1 square plus 3 because root 3 square is 3 into B. B is magnitude of this vector, which will be again root of 1 square plus root 3 square, which is 3. So I dot I 1, root 3 dot root 3 3, but with a negative sign, and this will be 1 plus 3 4, 4's root 2, and this is also going to be 2. So minus 2 divided by 2 into 2, that's going to be nothing but minus half. Now whose cos theta is minus half? Obviously theta is 120 degrees. 120 degrees. So this angle just came out to be 120 degrees. So what did this angle come out to be? This angle came out to be 120 degrees. So if this is 120 degrees, how much is this angle? Think about it. Obviously this angle is 60 degrees. But this angle is shared between angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So I and R both will be 60 degrees divided by 2, which is 30 degrees. Hence 30 degrees, option A is the answer. Many of you got it wrong. Sarthak, very good. Excellent. Okay. So Prince, I will take it bacha. Soon after advanced sessions are over. Okay. Advanced session will continue till 3rd October. Immediately after that, I will start with the KVPI SX sessions on YouTube. But Prince Bacha, meanwhile, remember there is a KVPI crash course which is running in our Vedantu Pro for 4,000 rupees. Take it up because there are test series, assignments, live classes plus the recordings, and there are 20 classes each of each subject for KVPI exclusively with KVPI specialized teachers. So check it out. The link is there in the description box or maybe of some other video as well. Yep, the correct answer is 30. And guys, if you are attending the KVPI classes or even our regular Vedantu Pro classes, this is how it looks like, where you have quizzes, you have the leaderboards, the names which come up, the chat box. This is where the teacher is. You can also ask any doubts that you have in the Q&A box. So there are 2 teachers in the same classroom. One teacher is teaching, the other teacher who is not seen is actually solving all your doubts, sitting behind, so that the flow of the class is maintained, the discipline is maintained, and the second teacher has only one job, just to solve your doubts if you get anything or you want some clarification during the class. And this is how the leaderboard looks like, so that you have that internal motivation and competition, that healthy competition between all the kids in the class. So this is beautiful interface. It is called as the wave interface. It's not Google Meet or Zoom or YouTube like environment. It's even better than that. Okay, so that's for KVPI or the regular pro subscription students. Now let's go to the next question, because let's solve also wave related questions. Now this is a brilliant question coming up on your screen. Look at this. Hi Satya, welcome aboard. Usually in your Young's double slit experiment, you had air, and if it was filled with some liquid or in some medium, the medium used to be there everywhere. But this is a special case. Here there is air, only in this part you have some liquid. Number 2, the rays are coming at an angle phi with the perpendicular bisector drawn to the screen. This distance, let's say small d, this distance, let's say, is capital D. All the notations are your standard notations. Yes, Jitesh, this is all JEE Advanced level bacha. Okay, so Science Priya, oops, do let us know in the comment section which account was blocked accidentally. Definitely I will unblock it. Okay, it would have got blocked by accident. Saf1, don't worry bacha, we are here, we are going to solve it together now. That's the reason why I am conducting all these questions, because many of these questions are good level questions for JEE Advanced and many students don't know how to solve them. They scramble over all the place, all over the internet, and sometimes you might not understand the online solutions or the solutions given in the book. So that's why I'm here, don't worry. So first of all, just imagine you consider this ray, the blue one, okay, which is passing through slit 2, and then it goes like this and reaches here. The other ray, this one, which passes through slit S1, okay, it reaches like this. Clearly there is a path difference between them. Why is there a path difference? Because of two things. Number one, if you drop a perpendicular over here, you will see that this ray number 1, okay, the ray number 1, as compared to the ray number 2 passing through the slit 2, the ray 1 has traveled some extra distance. Do you see that? It has traveled some extra distance. Thank you, Arjun. So let's say this distance is that extra distance which ray 1 has traveled. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. How much is that? Well, if this is phi, think about it. If this is phi, guys, you can just visualize this now. Think this will be also phi. This will be 90 minus phi. So naturally, this angle will also be phi. And if this angle is phi, this is phi, this is 90 minus phi, this is phi. In this right angle triangle, you can see this is a right angle triangle. If this is the hypotenuse and the distance between S1 and S2, the distance between them is D, it's clearly mentioned. Hence, this is the side which is opposite the angle. Opposite means sine. This is hypotenuse. So this will be D sine phi. Everybody fine till here? So this ray has traveled D sine phi extra distance. That will be accommodated in the path difference somehow. Don't worry, Jitesh Bacha, we'll solve it. Alright. Next, over here, similarly, if I drop a perpendicular, we can figure out this blue ray, the second ray, has traveled some extra distance. And again, if this is theta, this will be also theta. And this has traveled an extra distance of d sine theta. This is theta, this is phi. Keep a note in this medium. So this is the extra path difference by the ray 2. I hope this is clear. Now comes the challenging part. The total path difference is the path difference created first time plus the path difference created second time. Both times some path differences have been created. Now if you think carefully, you will understand that first time ray number 1 had some extra path to travel. Ray number 1 had some extra path to travel, which was d sine phi. In the second event, before reaching P, ray number 2 had to travel that extra path length. So each event had different rays which had to travel extra distances. Yes, Munishwar, both are traveling parallelly, but both of them are incident at an angle. If both of them traveled horizontally, then this path difference, initial path difference, wouldn't be there. So usually in YDSC setup, the rays are parallel to the horizontal. So that's why you do not account for this. But if the rays are at an angle, even before reaching the slits, there is already some path difference between the two sources. I hope this is clear. Okay? And okay. So the ray 1 and 2 are meeting at a point which passes through an angle pi in the same medium. No, it's not angle pi. They are actually, these S1 and S2 are very close and they are meeting over here. Okay, somewhere over here, because they have asked find all the positions where we will observe constructive interference. So I've just taken a general point over here. So this is a general point. Okay, so this is some general point. That's it. Okay, this is some general point. Now think, guys, if this is d sine theta, but this is for the ray 2. So second time I will not add it, I will subtract it. Reason is, first time the path difference was created because of ray 1. Second time ray 2 has traveled ahead, ray 1 has gone behind. So I should subtract the path difference, so it will be minus d sine theta. Keep this in mind. This was because of ray 1, second time it was because of ray 2. Both the times the path difference is not added because of the same ray. It's because of different rays. So that's why the subtraction. I hope this is clear. It's like saying first ray went ahead by 2 meters, second ray went ahead by 7 meters. So the total difference will be 7 minus 2, not 7 plus 2. Understand that, okay? Each time it was a different ray which created the path difference. So that's why that subtraction is there. All right. Now, because it is mentioned, it will be a constructive interference. Be careful, for constructive interference, this should be n lambda 1. Now, what is this lambda 1? Lambda 1 is the wavelength of light in that medium. But remember that, this one, speed of light in one medium upon speed of light in second medium is wavelength of light in the first medium, which is, let's say I call it C divided by C in the medium, will be wavelength of light outside upon wavelength of light inside the medium, which is nothing but the refractive index. So lambda 1 is nothing but lambda divided by mu. So this lambda 1 over here is nothing but lambda divided by mu. That's it. So the wavelength of the light will change inside the medium, because the moment medium changes, frequency remains constant, speed changes, and also the wavelength will change. So that's something which you should keep in mind. This is a common place which many people miss and make some silly mistake. So this will be d, and sine phi as it is, minus d sine theta. So I want d sine theta. So d sine theta will be equal to d sine of phi minus n lambda by mu. Okay, so therefore dividing it by d, so sine theta will be nothing but sine of phi. Okay, dd cancels, minus n lambda by mu d. Now they have asked us all the angular positions. By the way, this will not be just true over here, this will be also true on the other side. So it will be also true on the other side, keep this in mind. So when you go on this side or that side. So anyways, this is a general solution. So from this I will get all the solutions of sine theta or theta. Change the values of n. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and in fact you can put plus and minus 1 also. So when you put all these values over here, you will get all the possible solutions of theta. Is that now clear, guys? Let me know. Is that now clear? Come on, my warriors. Let me know, is this now clear? Okay. Clear, guys? Okay. Shall we go ahead? Yep. Chalo. Let's get moving then. Okay. Cool. So that's the answer. That's what it is. Okay. Now, going to the next question. Now, this is even brilliant question. This question, you can ask it to even your seniors or even other students who are studying in other institutes. Every time there will be a student who will make, in fact many students will make this mistake in this question. Very brilliant question. This setup is also sometimes called as or referred to as the Lloyds setup. Okay, and you will see what is so special about it. Lloyds. That AC company is there, right? It's very similar to that. Okay, so there is a point source of light which is at a distance of 2 lambda from a mirror. Okay, find the least distance on the x-axis where there would be a destructive interference. Now, first thing that you should worry about is where the hell is the second source, because you need 2 rays to actually create an interference. There is only one source. Crack it, Google. I love this question looks like. Okay, so first thing you should understand is because there is a mirror, you can replicate whatever is there on the top below. So when you replicate that, you can call this source as S1, replicate it below. So I'll find the second source over here, S2. Now you can get rid of the mirror. Just forget that the mirror even existed. So if this was 2 lambda, this will be also 2 lambda, this distance. Okay. And now what you can think is somewhere over here, let's say at some distance x, maybe I have some point P, the ray from source 1 will travel like this, the ray from source 2 will actually travel like this. But remember, actually there is no source over here. What I mean by this diagram over here like this is that, I'll just probably show it as dotted line. The ray actually comes like this, gets reflected and reaches point P. So instead of showing it like this, I assume another source behind the mirror at the same distance, which is again coherent, and the rays are coming from here, and both of them are meeting at this point, and that's why the interference is happening. So that's the first trick to be used. Alright, keep this in mind. Next trick. You can clearly see that if both the sources are actually mirror images of each other, when they emit light at the same moment, the light won't reach at the same time. So clearly there is a path difference. So delta x, the path difference, will be S2p minus S1p. Now what is S2p? S2p is the hypotenuse. So it is this square plus this square. This square plus this square. That means it will be x square plus, what is this distance? 2 lambda plus 2 lambda, 4 lambda. So it will be 4 lambda whole square minus, this is x, yep. And now comes the question, should I put it as odd lambda by 2 or should I put it as n lambda? Okay, a lot of you are saying odd lambda by 2, some of you are saying n lambda. Well, I'll tell you what. This is where the common silly mistake happens. It is not odd lambda by 2. In fact, it is n lambda. You'll be like, what the hell? I thought odd lambda by 2 was for destructive and n lambda was for constructive. Now that's the catch. The catch is the mirror. Whenever you have a mirror, okay, if there is a wave, after it gets reflected, there is a phase inversion. Phase inversion. That's very important. So if there was a crest, it gets reflected as a trough. If there was a trough, it gets reflected as a crest because of that reflection. And now what happens is, when these two rays will meet, wherever you are expecting a crest, you will get a trough. And wherever or whenever you are expecting a trough, you will get a crest because of the phase inversion. So if the question says destructive interference, you have to exactly read it as constructive interference and solve for it. So read this destructive as constructive interference. This is because of the mirror's phase inversion. That's it, mirror's phase inversion. Keep this in mind. Very, very important. A lot of people make that mistake. So you are going to write this as n lambda. That's it. Keep this as n lambda. Is that now clear? Okay. Yes. So odd lambda by 2 usually is for destructive, n lambda is for constructive. But the moment one reflection happens, you have to expect the exact opposite. That's all. Yep. Now, here is the thing. What is the value of n that you are going to put? Because many people don't get it. Sir, what should be the value of n? Should I put n as 1? Should I put n as 2, 3, 4? People then look at the statement and it says, where would or what is the least distance? So the minimum value of x. So a lot of people think, yes, I know what to do. The least value of this n is 1. Ankit, if there was constructive, then you will put it as odd times lambda by 2 or 2n minus 1 by lambda by 2. Okay, Sarthak is saying, yeah, I should put 3 lambda. I think Sarthak is very, very close to the correct answer. The reason is, look at this, guys. When you have these two sources and when you are at infinity, let's say that point is at infinity, then what do you think is the path difference? What do you think is the difference in the path? The path difference is 0, right? When you are really far, the rays are almost parallel and there is hardly any difference between them, so delta x is 0. Similarly, if you are very close over here, close to S1, so first ray will hardly travel anything, the second ray will travel almost this much distance. So when that point is very close to the origin, what is the value of delta x? The delta x is almost this distance, because ray 1 has to hardly travel here. Ray number 2 will travel this 2 lambda plus 2 lambda, which is 4 lambda, Now this should give you the idea. When you are really far, the path difference is 0. When you are really close, the path difference is 4 lambda. So in a way, what has happened is, on this number line at infinity, okay, delta x was 0, delta x was tending to 0 at infinity. Somewhere or the other, delta x will be lambda. Somewhere or the other, delta x, okay, will be, let's say, lambda by 2. Okay, delta x will be, sorry, not lambda by 2, 2 lambda. It will be 2 lambda. Somewhere or the other, delta x will be 3 lambda. 4 lambda, well, it will be here. So delta x will be, 4 lambda, or rather it will be tending towards 4 lambda. It will not be equal to, it will be 4 lambda exactly over here. But this is at that point. I don't want at that point, I want a point after that. So if I'm looking for a point not at S1, which is more than 0, keep this in mind, which is more than 0, then I'm looking for exactly this one over here. I'm looking for delta x is 3 lambda. That's it. So yes, Sarthak, you are correct. I will not put the value of n as 1. I'll put the value of n as 3. That is the catch in this question, and that's why I'll put n as 3. Lambda is equal to root of x square plus 16 lambda square minus x. Shift that x over here. So 3 lambda plus x whole square. Square both sides. That root goes away. So x square plus 16 lambda square. So this will become 9 lambda square plus x square plus 3 into 2, 6 lambda x is equal to x square plus 16 lambda square. So what and all will get cancelled? X square and x square will get cancelled. Okay, 9 lambda square and 16 lambda square will also come on the same side. So this will become 16 minus 9, which is nothing but 7 lambda square. One of the lambda will also go away. Yeah, one of the lambda will also go away, and therefore I am just left with x is equal to 7 lambda by 6. That's the final answer. This is very simple. Writing it till here is the difficult part. All the physics was over here till this step. Iske baad everything was maths. Nothing was great about this. Is this clear, guys? Old Stress Sir is back. Oh my god. So as I grow old, I go back in time and I become old. That's interesting. Okay, Pawan, but I get it. All right. Very good, Ankit. Make notes, but also solve them. Yep. You can fill it, bacha. Radhika, I would say try to fill it from a web browser. That would be better because you'll get the complete experience. Probably you might miss something out. So it's better to fill it from a laptop or from a tablet. You can fill it from a phone also, but sometimes the site does not load properly. So that's why I'm a little bit worried. Okay. Harjiar, just fill up the counseling form, bacha. We have shared it on our Telegram channel and even on the community. Fill it up. Accordingly, we'll counsel you. Okay. Tonight at 7:30 there is a counseling session. Did you guys love this session? And did you guys love this problem? How about another amazing question coming up on your screen? Okay, this is amazing, brilliant question. Read it. So you have broken a lens into 2 parts, and what you have done is, you have moved them apart by 5.5 millimeters like this, and there is a point source here, and there is a screen over here. From the lens, it is 60 centimeters. The source is 15 centimeters from these broken lenses. Lambda is given. The question is the fringe width on the screen. I'll be like, wait a minute. There is only one source. Where the hell is the second source? I'll tell you what is happening. So if you are able to figure out where the hell are those 2 sources creating that interference, it will be very interesting. Yes, Ankit, you can also come, bacha. It's open to all, but it will be more relevant for the passing out batch. And I'll tell you what. See, when you have a lens and you break it like this, each half, do they have the same focal length as the original lens, or they have twice, or they have half? What is the new focal length of each half part this way? Come on, let me know in the chat box. Let's see how many of you know this. Very simple fact. I break the lens like this, not like that. Be careful. Oh, Ankit is saying twice. Okay, be careful. Is it twice? Are you sure? I'm very good, Nikki. It will be F only. Remember, only when you break it like this, then it is 2F and 2F. but when you break it like this, it is still f and f. Yeah, it is f and f only. Okay, no change, it will be same. Okay, that's first step. So these two are two separate lenses. These two have their same focal length as the original one. That's one thing. And the interesting part is, both these lenses have a different principal axis. Yes, they have a different principal axis. When they were together, this line was the principal axis. Now, because you move them, each lens, you can think of it like this, guys, if you are getting confused. See, this is like this lens over here, and this is nothing but like this lens over here. So this is one principal axis and this is one principal axis. I hope you can see that. There are two principal axes of two different lenses. So I'll just show that over here. These are the two principal axes. Now what next, you might say? Think this is a source, an object, a point object. This is the principal axis. Can I not think of an object of this height and then figure out where the image is formed? Can I not figure out where the image is formed? Let's figure out where the image is formed. Let's just find out what is happening exactly. Oh, what is the object height? If you're wondering what is this height, well, I think I know it. This is 0.5 millimeters. So this is basically half of that. So it is nothing but 0.25 millimeters. Okay, so this is 0.25 millimeters. Okay, let's do this. So 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Therefore 1 by V minus 1 by U. U is minus 15. And focal length, what is the focal length given? Focal length is 10 centimeter plus 10 because it's a convex lens. Achha. So this will be 1 by V is equal to 1 by 10. Minus minus plus. Take it on the other side, it will become minus. So minus 1 by 15. Okay, so this will become, take the LCM. This will become 3 times, this will become 2 times, and this will become 30. 15 and 10, LCM is 30. So that's 1 by V. 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 by 30. Flip it. So you will get this as 30 centimeters. Interesting. Last step, what I'll do is magnification. The magnification is not minus, just V by U. So V is 30 and U is minus 15. So it is minus 2. That means the height of the image upon height of the object is minus 2. So height of the image is minus 2 times height of the object was this one, 0.25. Okay, so therefore height of the image will be minus 0.5 millimeters. What it means is that this image, this object's image is formed at 30 centimeters somewhere here and it is inverted. That means I should think of an image like this, and this height is 0.5 millimeters and this source creates an image S1 over here. Is that clear? Is that clear? Snake Babu, I will start it after JEE Advanced. Give us 1 or 2 weeks. Didn't understand the height? See Ankit, this distance is given over here, 0.5 millimeter. They have been separated apart by 0.5. Half of 0.5 is 0.25. So whenever you have a point object in front of the principal axis, you can think of it like an extended object of some height. So in this case, the object is below the principal axis, so the height will be 0.25 millimeters magnitude wise. I hope now it makes sense. Okay, so shifting the principal axis is making it an extended object of height 0.25 millimeters. Now, similarly for this principal axis, where would the image be formed? Obviously, take this again as an object. Okay, it's the same thing, guys. Take this as an object for this principal axis. The image will be formed here, guys, and I will call this as S2, and this will be obviously 0.5 millimeters. And obviously, this distance is how much? I just got it, 30 centimeters. So I'll just put it over here. This is 30 centimeters. This is 30 centimeters. So from the screen, how much is this distance? 60 minus 30, which is again 30 centimeters. Now you have two sources. You have a screen and the distance. That's it. You know what to do now. You have got two coherent sources derived from the same point source, which will create a fringe pattern on the screen. This is exactly like Young's double slit experiment, just that this part looks little bit more tedious and complex than your usual setup. Now these two sources coherent will produce a fringe pattern of width lambda d by d. Here lambda is 5000 Armstrong, that is 10 to the power minus 10. D is 30 centimeter, which is 0.3 meters, divided by small d is this whole distance, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Remember, this gap over here was mentioned to be 0.5 millimeter. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Together, what's the distance? 1.5 millimeter. Correct? Everybody? 1.5 millimeter. But this is millimeter, so 10 to the power minus 3. Acha, let's see what happens next. 5 into 0.3 is 1.5. There were 3 zeros. So 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 7, 10 to the power 10 to the power minus 10 will become 10 to the power minus 7 divided by this 1.5, and this will be 10 to the power minus 3. So this will cancel. This will become 10 to the power minus 4 meter, which is nothing but 0.1 millimeter. So that's our final answer. Yes. Now is it clear? Yep, Aditya. Now did you get it, bacha? Yeah. What a brilliant, 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 brilliant question. So this source is like an object for these two lenses of the same focal length with two different principal axes. So by using lens formula and magnification formula, we have figured out where the image will be formed for each of these two lenses. By symmetry, it's the same distance on both sides. Once I get that, those two are my coherent derived sources from the original source that will form a fringe pattern on the screen. And use your standard lambda d by d formula, you'll get the fringes. All right. What a brilliant, brilliant question. Guys, if you're loving these questions, do not forget to smash the like button out there. Yep. And yeah, that's the answer, 0.1 millimeter. And by the way, this is your homework question for today. Try to post the answers in the comment section below after the video ends. The solution for this will be put up in the PDF, which will be available in the Telegram group link, which is there in the description box again below. And if you guys are interested to check out my courses for 12th standard, if you love my teaching, if you are enjoying this session, you should check out the pro subscription, because I'm starting my course on 20th of September, this Monday. Yes, I'm starting the complete revision courses for 12th standard and the droppers batch. So if you are in 12th or taking a drop, do not forget you can take the Vedantu Pro subscription, and not only will you get my courses, but you will also get your long-term batches. You will get your study material, you will get your tests and assignments, mock tests till the JEE Advanced next year. And you might be wondering what's the course price. Well, it is just 36,000 for the entire duration. But if you want, you can take it for 1 month and try it out and then figure out whether you want to pay the rest. Or if you decided you loved my teaching, you're like, okay, sir, we want to learn from you. No problem. You don't have to pay this amount upfront. You can pay it monthly by EMI options. All the links are there in the description box. So the 3 versions will decide between whether you want doubt feature or not, and whether you want personal mentoring or not. So if you are watching this video right now, what you can do is go to the pro subscription link, and that's what it is. You will get your revision course, the complete long-term course, all your regular short notes, live classes, assignments, test series, everything. If you want doubt solving after the class, you go for the classic, and if you go for the plus, then you also get the personal mentorship. You can see that. Okay, so this is a 12th standard batch price, so 3,600 rupees, like you can see over here. Okay, per month. Okay, and you have to use my discount coupon code SHHPRO only, then you will get that 10% extra off. Okay, so all the other details that you want are being mentioned over here. What's the timetable like, what does it comprise of, our previous results, the testimonies, and all the FAQs. All the things are mentioned over here. Do check it out. I would be really eagerly waiting for you guys in the pro subscription, because I'm taking my live classes. A new batch is starting on Monday, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss that. Okay, chalo guys, thank you very much. I'll be seeing you guys again. Ankit, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, just a temporary a break, because I also need to prepare for the next session. It's an important session. Science Priya, bye bye, take care. Thank you Aditya, bye bye Bhukia, bye bye Shruti, take care. Snake Babu, everyone, Sarthak, have a great time. See you guys again on Tuesday morning for the next advanced session. And if you're loving it, please leave a comment, it means a lot, and hit the like button down there. This was Shreyas here. Hasta la vista.